Lisbeth. I'm the founder of Nordic Dog Trainer. Today I want to talk about all the little things that we can do to make our lives easier and our dog's life a little bit less stressful and nicer too. So I have made a list today for all the things that we can do, not all of them, just to mention a few of them, which are extremely easy things to do. Things you don't need any training to do so. One thing at a time. So today, let's talk about the little things that we can do every day, just to make our dog's life better and your life more stress-free, and the other way around. So we can, when I say our behavior, I'm thinking really small things like the way we move, the way we talk, even the way we walk. You don't have to change your personality, but I will recommend that you try and help yourself as well with trying to be more patient. This is, I think, one of the top 3, not even top 10, but top 3 of what I've learned the past 20 something years. I've been doing this with dogs, working with dogs. It's that I have learned to be patient, more patient. It's the greatest, one of the top 3 greatest tools I have. I'm careful, but I'm almost going to say number 1, but let's keep it to top 3. I just want to keep place for some other things maybe I'll remember and talk about later during the week. So to be more patient. When you think about it, we have very high expectations to ourselves. First of all, in this day and age, I mean, the expectations to ourselves has changed so much from only 20, 30 years ago when everything was a bit calmer. Today, we have news going on, we have social media going on almost all the time. So we are bombarded with things. Our brain is not even made to be able to register and to take in all the information that we get. So we need to calm down and be more patient. We are not made for the kind of lifestyle we have created today. This is, I'm claiming now. This is just my opinion. I think a lot of people share it with me though. So dogs are definitely not made for this kind of lifestyle. Definitely not. To know that. So the first on my list of things we can do every day is to be a little bit more calm. I'm not asking you to change everything from today till tomorrow, because that's impossible. Impossible. Don't get your expectations up to yourself for yourself now. Just try to be 1-2% more patient and calm. You know, you can manage that. 1% more calm tomorrow than today. Sit down. This is actually from Turid. Turid Rugaas is doing a course now about calming signals. This is a course specializing in calming signals. And the homework for the students was to actually sit down and be calm and be patient. And that means to sit down and do nothing, to see if we are able to do that with our dogs. We can use the dog's calming signals. We can use them as well. It's, for example, splitting or going in between. Now I'm talking about things that we can do to avoid or prevent your dog from starting to bark, for example, or react to other dogs, or to help your dog calm down if it's overly stressed or very eager playing with someone or something, we can do what dogs do. We can actually split, which means go in between. We should actually do this as well, because we need to be the responsible in this relationship, especially if you have a young dog. You can use the hand signal. We have a whole wonderful free lecture by Linda Rugaas, the daughter of Turid. Here in the videos, it's a recording, the free webinar by Linda, where she's explaining how to use the hand signal. Anyone who has been on our courses will tell you that this is something magical. It's very easy. We use it. You use it for other people. We can use it for all species, actually. Use it for elephants, for horses, for cows. There was a very funny TikTok video a few weeks ago where a guy used it on a bunch of cows walking towards him. So it's actually just using the hand signal. We can use the hand signal to prevent dogs from barking, from jumping, from begging, from a lot of things. Just using the hand signal. Attention sound. An attention sound is something, it's a sound, obviously. It's not a word, it's not a cue. Attention sound is, I use this sound. A lot of people use it when they're horse riding. You can use whatever sound. It's the whole point is that it's a sound, it's not a cue, it's not a word. And we very easily train the dog to recognize this sound as something that means look in my direction. Notice I'm not saying that it's looking at me, because we don't care if your dog is looking you in the eye. This is not what you need. You just need your dog's attention. That's why we call it attention sound. By using this attention sound, I can prevent my dog from starting to chase the cat. And it's such a nice way and calm way to prevent something, compared to what I did when I didn't know about this, because I've also, I had to learn it. It's not something I'm born with, this knowledge. So before I was using no or come or stop or, a lot of names. I used the dog's name over and over again. And it's just creating more stress and more tension even. And in instances, for example, when the dog is about to start chasing something, like a cat, someone, like a cat, you do not want the tension up or the stress up, because a little bit of, stress in that sense, like adrenaline in that situation, will most likely make your dog start running or start chasing the cat. So I will prevent her from starting to chase at all. And in order to do that, I have to use my observation skills, okay? So when this was a problem, it's not such a problem anymore, but it used to be when Wilma was younger. I had to actually have control. It's a word that we like, isn't it? Control. I would like to be, I had to be observant of what was happening in my kitchen or wherever I was, So when Wilma was laying in the bed, this is a typical thing that would happen a few years ago when she was younger, and she sometimes chased the cat, not always. So I knew Wilma was in her bed in the kitchen, and the cats would come in, how cats are. They just wander about, da-di-da. And then I could see if Wilma woke up and if Wilma looked at the cat in a certain way. I had seen it before, and you know your dog's behavior as well very much. You know it best of all, actually, your dog's own behavior. So you can recognize these signs. So when I saw that Wilma woke up and like, ooh, there's a cat, I used the attention sound to get her attention over on something else, which was me. So she looked in my direction because she heard the sound. And then I could say something to her, I could say, well done, or I could say carrot. It doesn't mean what you say as long as you say it in a nice tone of voice. And then by the time this whole thing happened, the cat was already past her. So she didn't get up from the bed and started chasing her. So you need to be observant in order to prevent it from start happening. Because once it happens, you have the whole stress thing going on, and it's most likely more difficult to calm down again, and so on. It's so much easier if you are preventing it from happening. You can use other calming signals yourself as looking away. We know that dogs do that when they communicate with each other. It's a polite way of greeting each other. It's to look a little bit away, to not have direct eye contact. Walking in a curve when you are outside, maybe even not even with your dog, but you meet another dog and you walk in a little curve for that dog. You are then talking politely to that dog. And just by using your body language, like your side to the dog, you don't have to have your whole back against the dog, just your side, not looking at the dog directly. These are small changes in our body posture that we can use all the time, because dogs are communicating with us all the time. And we can do that too. What you need to do is to learn the calming signals, and you have to learn to be more observant. You also need to be more observant when you're going for walks with your dog. I was the other day, this weekend, when I was walking in a town, I was surprised by myself that I have learned to be extremely observant when I walk my dog. I used to have several dogs, now I have one dog, but I had to manage the environment. So in order for me not to run into somebody else with the dog, when we were walking in city centers and so on, I had to manage my environment by choosing the right places to walk and to be able to be in a place where I could have more or as much overview of the whole area that I could. Then I can see small things. I can see squirrels, I can see cats, I can see those things before my dogs do. And then again, I can use the attention sound and prevent barking or prevent pulling on leash, So all of these things that I just talked about, that I mentioned, that we are more patient, more calm, that we sit down, relax, don't talk that much. You can talk to your dog, of course you can talk to your dog, but we constantly tell them what to do. You don't have to do that. The less cues, the less talking or ordering them to do something, the calmer the whole environment will be. Calmer and more stress-free. In addition to that, what we can do every day, obviously, make sure that your dog gets a proper nutritional food, that your dog gets plenty of variety and things to chew. All dogs, all ages enjoy that. They need it. It's a basic instinct to chew. Chew is also stress reducing, um, good quality walks for your dog, the right pace for your dog, the right distance for your dog, long leash, just changing from a short leash to a long leash, talked about that last week, and calmer walks have made a huge difference for a huge number of dogs. And I can say this with a great amount of convincing now, because I've been doing this for, like I said, more than 20 years, and I've seen so many proofs, living proofs. Also, good mental health, of course. Good mental health includes good socialization with other dog friends. We can talk about that some other day. Dog friends, not just dogs, but a dog friend. And you yourself. A lot of dogs, they are, living in our families. They are coming with us to all the activities that we have going. They might be playing with your children. There's a lot going on. But how much do you see your dog? Do you take time in the evening to sit still with your dog and just, relax without being on your mobile phone or social media, or without doing other things? Maybe give your dog a little massage, tactile move, what do you call it? Movement? Tactile? Can't remember the English word now. But slow movements. We have something we call saumfaring in Norwegian. If you're Norwegian, it means to go slowly through your dog, to check ears, to check their paws. This can be activities that your dog can use their brain as well as their body. So I don't know how to sum this up. Now it become a long list, but if I should try and sum it up, I would say try to be 1% calmer and more patient tomorrow. 1%. Still have 99 to go. So we can all do 1%. Read Turid's book about calming signals. It's now in many different languages. Or you can, and sign up for our free resources. I have a free lecture about calming signals on our webpage. Learn about calming signals so you can understand. We think we do understand dogs' language, but we don't really until we know the calming and the distance increasing signals as such. And just all these little things together, like I said, use the attention sound instead of no or another cue. Use the hand signal instead of no or another cue. You see my point now? It goes from no, stop, don't do that, go lay down, go to bed, don't go inside, go outside. Some dogs think they're cold, go to bed. I had a conversation last week actually with a dog owner who was concerned about her friend's dog that lived in a household with 3 younger children. And she said to me, I think the dog thinks the name is go to bed, go lay down, go to your place. Because that's what they told the dog all the time. So there will be a lot less stop, no, don't do that, if you use your hand signal, if you use your body language, if you use your attention sound. All of these things put together will make life much easier for you and much more pleasant for your dog. Does that make sense? It takes quite a while for us humans to change behavior too. It did not take me just a few weeks to become calmer. No. It took a lot longer than that. Hopefully, you're able to do it in a shorter time than I did. But what I can say is that once you see what this is doing, there is no going back, really, because you realize that it's the only way of going forward for you and for your dogs and whatever animal you have, to be honest. Thank you very much for listening. Have a very nice evening and calm down. Calm down. Bye.